Dear students, welcome you all. In this video, we will see sympathomimetic agents, also known as adrenergic agonist. Okay, so word mimetics means increase in the same activity. Okay, the meaning of word mimetics means the drug which increases the same activity. Okay, so adrenergic agonist, they are also known as sympathomimetic agents. Okay, they particularly stimulate the sympathetic system, increases the activity of sympathetic system. Okay, so stimulation of sympathetic system particularly increases heart rate. ओके, ज्यावेळेस सिम्पॅथॅटिक सिस्टीमचं स्टिम्युलेशन होतं त्यावेळेस हार्ट रेट इन्क्रीज होतं. ओके, धिस सिस्टीम इज ऑल्सो नोन ॲज अ फाईट अँड फ्लाईट सिस्टीम. ओके, ज्यावेळेस इमर्जन्सी कंडिशन्स येतात त्यावेळेस ॲड्रेनॅलिन बॉडीमधनं रिलीज होतो. ओके, so adrenal glands, they are located above the kidney. Okay, so from that gland there is a secretion of the adrenaline, and that adrenaline it increases the energy levels of the body. Okay, so that is known as fight and flight system. Okay, whenever any person suddenly see the snake, okay, अचानक एखाद्याने जर स्नेक पाहिला तर एक मनामध्ये भीतीचं वातावरण निर्माण होतं. ओके, द पर्सन हॅव टू ऑप्शन्स, either run away from that snake or you have to fight with that one. Okay, so the sympathomimetic system or sympathetic drugs they particularly increases the heart rate. Okay, so this drug example is adrenaline. It is used in the particularly heart failure. Okay, so let us discuss the classification and mechanism of action, structure activity relationship, therapeutic uses and adverse effect of the sympathomimetic agents. Okay, so first adrenergic receptors, they are particularly belong to the class of G protein coupled receptors. Okay, so G protein coupled receptor is the main type of adrenergic receptors. This adrenergic receptors having the targets like the catecholamines, like norepinephrine, it is also known as noradrenaline. Epinephrine, it is also known as adrenaline. They are produced by the body, but also the many medications like the beta blockers which are used to treat the high blood pressure and asthma. Okay, so beta blockers like propanolol, timolol, pindolol, nadolol, sotalol, bisoprolol. Okay, so metoprolol, these drugs are the beta blockers. They are used to treat the high blood pressure. Okay, so beta receptors agonist, they increases the heart rate. Okay, but antagonist decreases the heart rate. Therefore beta blockers, they are used in the treatment of high blood pressure as well as the asthma. Okay, so let us have a look on the location of different types of receptors. Okay, so beta 1 receptors, they are located these are the types of adrenergic receptors. So beta 1 receptor, they are located particularly on the heart and juxtaglomeralar cells in the kidney. Then beta 2 receptor, they are present in the bronchi and blood vessels, uterus, liver, GIT and urinary tract and eyes. Okay, so mainly you have to remember beta 2 receptors, they are particularly located on the bronchi. That point is important therapeutically. And beta 1, they are present in the heart. Then alpha 1 receptor, they are post junctional on the effector organs, and alpha 2 receptor, they are pre-junctional on the nerve endings, and also post junctional in the brain, pancreatic beta cells, extra junctional in certain blood vessels and platelets. Okay, so so alpha 2 receptors and alpha 1 receptor, they are particularly located on the blood vessels. Okay, they causes the constriction and dilation of the blood vessels by their activities. Okay, so classification of sympathomimetic agents. Sympathomimetic agents, they are classified into three classes. First is direct acting sympathomimetic agents, second is indirect acting sympathomimetic agents, third is mixed acting sympathomimetic agents. Okay, direct acting sympathomimetic agents, example norepinephrine, epinephrine, phenylephrine, dopamine, methyl dopa, clonidine, dobutamine, isoproterenol, terbutaline, salbutamol, bitolterol, nafazoline, oxymetazoline, xylometazoline. Indirect acting agents, hydroxyamphetamine, pseudoephedrine, propoxyhexedrine, propylhexedrine, and mixed acting agents, example ephedrine, amphetamine, metaraminol. Okay, so this is the classification. Then mechanism of action of these sympathomimetic agents. Okay, so firstly we have seen that the adrenergic receptors, they are classified into mainly two types, alpha receptor and beta receptor. Alpha receptors having two types, alpha 1, alpha 2. Beta receptor are further divided as beta 1 and beta 2. Okay, so particularly there's beta 1, beta 2 and alpha 1, alpha 2 receptor, they have the therapeutic significance. Okay, there are many types, alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, alpha 4, alpha 5. Okay, but therapeutically alpha 1 and alpha 2 and beta 1 and beta 2, they are the important. Okay, so firstly we will see the mechanism how drug shows action by acting as agonist at beta 1 receptor. Okay, so beta 1 receptor, they are located on the particularly in the heart muscles. Okay, so beta 1 adrenergic receptor action, beta adrenergic action is mediated through cyclic AMP. Okay, so that is mechanism at a molecular level. Okay, how this beta adrenergic agonist act, the action is mediated through the cyclic AMP. Okay, this cyclic AMP, then adrenaline activates the membrane bound enzyme. Okay, the main example of this adrenergic drugs is adrenaline. Okay, adrenaline is also known as epinephrine. ॲड्रिनॅलिनलाच आपण एपिनेफ्रिन असं म्हणतो, नॉर ॲड्रिनॅलिनलाच नॉर एपिनेफ्रिन असं म्हणतो, वन अँड द सेम. So adrenaline activate the membrane bound enzyme adenyl cyclase through regulatory protein GS. Okay, that is G protein. Okay, so this adrenaline activate the adenyl cyclase. This again the ATP, adenosine triphosphate, is broken down into the cyclic AMP at the inner face of the membrane. In the heart, the proteins such as the troponin and phospholamban are phosphorylated and result in increased interaction with calcium at myofilaments, leading to the increased force of contraction. Okay, so exactly जो कॉन्ट्रॅक्शन आहे, रेट ऑफ कॉन्ट्रॅक्शन किंवा फोर्स ऑफ कॉन्ट्रॅक्शन, तो कसा इन्क्रीज होतो. ॲड्रेनालिन जर आपण एखाद्या पेशंटला दिलं, ओके, तर हार्ट रेट कसा इन्क्रीज होतो समजून घ्या. ओके, सो देर आर टू प्रोटीन्स विच आर present in the heart muscle, that is a troponin and phospholamban. Okay, these proteins get phosphorylated. Okay, phosphorylation means addition of phosphorus is there. Okay, so it increases the interaction with calcium at the myofilaments. Myofilaments means muscles filaments of the heart. Okay, so there is a increasing interaction between troponin and the calcium. Okay, therefore it leads to increase in force of contraction. Okay, so whenever any person suffering from the heart failure, in that case the injection of adrenaline is given directly into the heart muscle. Okay, it can stimulate it can increase the heart rate. Okay, it stimulates the activity of the heart. So this is about the beta 1 adrenergic receptor action. Then second, beta 2 adrenergic receptor action. So beta 2 receptor, they are located particularly in the bronchis, the part of respiratory system. Beta 2 receptors are predominantly found in the respiratory system. The beta 2 receptor agonist produces bronchodilation by binding with beta 2 receptor. Okay, बीटा 2 रिसेप्टर अगोनिस्ट जे आहेत ते ब्रॉन्कोडायलेशन करतात. इट कॉजेस डायलेशन ऑफ द ब्रॉन्काइज, इट कॉजेस द रिलॅक्सेशन ऑफ द ब्रॉन्काइज. ओके, देन alpha 1 adrenergic receptor action. Okay, so this alpha 1 adrenergic receptors, it's a stimulate, particularly it having the effect on the blood vessels. Stimulation of alpha 1 adrenergic receptor elicit the primary mode of signal transduction that involves the mobilization of intracellular calcium from the endoplasmic store. Okay, so this alpha 1 adrenergic action mainly involves the mobilization of the calcium Ca++. This increases the intracellular Ca++ is thought to result from the activation of phospholipase C enzyme, that is beta isomer, through GQ family of G protein. Okay, so already I told you this adrenergic receptor, they belonging to family G protein couple receptor. Okay, so the mechanism is through the G proteins. The hydrolysis of the membrane bound phosphoinositides through the phospholipase C results in the generation of diacetylglycerol. diacetylglycerol. Okay, so the main mechanism of action is through DAG, diacetylglycerol, and phosphoinositide, that is IP3, phosphoinositol. Okay, so they causes the main mechanism of this adrenergic agonist. Okay, so inositol triphosphate, that is inositol 1,4,5 triphosphate, IP3 त्याला आपण म्हणतो. So this IP3 stimulate the release of calcium from the intracellular stores in smooth muscle. Increased intracellular calcium causes the contraction mediated by Ca++ sensitive protein kinases, that is calmodulin dependent myosin light chain kinase. Okay, so the main mechanism of this alpha 1 adrenergic action or alpha 1 adrenergic agonist is that it increases the contraction, the force of contraction of myocardial muscles, okay, by means of DAG, diacylglycerol, and inositol triphosphate. Okay, so it finally increases the intracellular calcium. Okay, and because of the one protein enzyme myosin light kinase, it increases the force of contraction of the myocardial muscles or smooth muscles. Okay, or particularly smooth muscles of the heart and blood vessels. Okay, then alpha 2 adrenergic receptor action. Alpha 2 adrenergic receptor activate G protein gated potassium channels, resulting in hyperpolarization. Okay, hyperpolarization means suppression. Okay, this act through G protein. Okay, these alpha 2 receptor are also capable of inhibiting voltage gated calcium channels mediated by G protein, and also activate mitogen activated protein kinase, that is MAPK. Okay, so the main role involved here in this mechanism is of calcium channels, particularly Ca++ influx is there. Okay, these lead to activation of variety of tyrosine kinase mediated downstream events. These inhibit the release of norepinephrine from the nerve ending and suppresses the sympathetic outflow in the brain. Okay, so because of this mitogen activated protein kinase, okay, there is inhibition of norepinephrine from the nerve ending. Okay, and there is suppression of the sympathetic outflow to the brain. Then we will see the structure activity relationship of this sympathomimetic agents or adrenergic agonists. Okay, so best example of this adrenergic agonist and simple example is adrenaline. Firstly I show you the examples. Okay, then we will discuss the SAR. Okay, that is structure activity relationship. So here you can see the structure of adrenaline. Adrenalineलाच आपण काय म्हणतो, इपिनेफ्रिन, आणि नॉरएड्रेनालिन म्हणजे नॉरएपिनेफ्रिन. Okay, so the adrenalines or noradrenaline, they basically they are the catecholamines. त्याला आपण catecholamines असं म्हणतो. Okay, so here I will draw the structure of catechol. बेंझिन रिंग आणि त्याला 2 हायड्रॉक्सी ग्रुप ॲडजसंट असतील त्या स्ट्रक्चरला आपण कॅटेकॉल असं म्हणतो. Okay, so here you can see this is the catechol. This structure, this basic ring, benzene ring plus 2 hydroxy group, that is known as a catechol. Okay, so these are known as catecholamines. This is catechol ring plus here is the presence of nitrogen. अमाइन त्याच्यामध्ये आहे म्हणून आपण त्याला कॅटेकॉल अमाइन्स असं म्हणतो. ओके, केमिकली दे आर कॅटेकॉल अमाइन्स. सो हिअर यू कॅन सी द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ इपिनेफ्रिन. 2 हायड्रॉक्सी ग्रुप्स आर देअर adjacent and 1 nitrogen is there, 1 hydroxy group is there. Okay, 2 carbon ethyl chain is there. Okay, and here is 1 methyl group, that is epinephrine or adrenaline. Okay, then another structure is noradrenaline. Noradrenaline, nor म्हणजे नाही, it do not contain the CS3, एक्स्ट्रा CS3 नाही. इथे बघा तुम्ही, इपिनेफ्रिनमध्ये CS3 आहे तर नॉन इपिनेफ्रिनमध्ये CS3 नाही. ओके, so noradrenaline means it do not contain the methyl group. Okay, then another example is terbutaline. Okay, then salbutamol. This salbutamol is a bronchodilator. Okay, so beta 1 receptor agonist, beta 2 receptor agonist. It causes the dilation of the bronchites. Okay, so it is used as a expectorant. Then dopamine, then xylometazoline. This xylometazoline is used as a nasal decongestant. Okay, so particularly when any person suffering from the blockage of the nose, okay, particularly in that case this xylometazoline is used as a decongestant. It minimizes that blockage. Okay, xylometazoline, and then here you can see the structure of amphetamine. Okay, amphetamine structure is also very simple structure. Okay, benzene ring is there, two carbons and NH2. Okay, here is one methyl group. Okay, so let us see the structure activity relationship of this adrenergic agonists. Okay, so you can see the general structure. This is the essential structure for the activity, or this is basic skeletal structure. So that this structure is known as beta phenyl ethylamine. Okay, so this is benzene ring, beta phenyl, दोन कार्बन आहेत. ओके, त्याचा जो नायट्रोजन NH2 जो फंक्शनल ग्रुप आहे त्याच्या शेजारचा जो कार्बन आहे त्याला आपण अल्फा म्हणतो. फर्स्ट कार्बन इज नोन एज अल्फा कार्बन नियरर टू फंक्शनल ग्रुप, that is alpha carbon, and another carbon nearer to functional group, that is known as beta carbon. Okay, so it is a beta phenyl. Phenyl ring is present on the beta carbon, therefore beta phenyl ethylamine. Ethylamine, two carbons are there and this is amine. Okay, beta phenyl ethylamine. So this is the basic core structure which is required for adrenergic activity. Many of the sympathomimetic drugs contain the beta phenyl ethylamine as a parent structure. Okay, this is known as a prototype structure, parent structure, or a basic skeleton, or we can say it as general structure. Okay, so first point in the structure activity relationship of this drug, first point, phenyl ring substitution. Okay, phenyl ring महत्वाचे. ओके, तुम्हाला दोन या ठिकाणी मी स्ट्रक्चर दाखवलं ॲड्रेनालिन नॉर ॲड्रेनालिनचं, तर त्याच्यामध्ये या ठिकाणी OH आहे, दॅट कॅटेकॉल रिंग इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर ॲक्टिव्हिटी. Okay, means substitution of hydroxy group particularly increases activity. So first point, phenyl ring substitution, maximal activity is seen in beta phenyl ethylamine derivatives containing hydroxyl group in meta position of the aromatic ring. Okay, aromatic ringच्या जर मेटा पोझिशनला particularly hydroxy group जर आपण ॲड केला, it gives maximum activity. Okay, second point, substitution at a nitrogen. Okay, so you can see the terminal nitrogen here. Okay, substitution at a nitrogen, amino group in phenyl ethylamines, that is important for direct agonist activity. amino group activity साठी फार महत्त्वाचा आहे, particularly direct agonist activity. Direct agonist example is adrenaline, noradrenaline, they are direct acting drugs. Okay, the amino group should be separated from the aromatic ring by two carbon atoms. Okay, जो अमायनो ग्रुप आहे आणि जी आपली रिंग आहे फिनाइल रिंग, त्यांच्यामध्ये मिनिमम जे डिस्टन्स आहे ते दोन कार्बनचं पाहिजे, मिनिमम अँड मॅक्झिमम डिस्टन्स. ओके, फॉर द पोटेंट डायरेक्ट ॲक्टिंग अगोनिस्ट ॲक्टिव्हिटी. प्रायमरी अँड सेकंडरी अमाइन्स आर मोर पोटेंट डायरेक्ट अगोनिस्ट दॅन टर्शरी and quaternary amines. Okay, primary and secondary amine shows more potency as compared to tertiary and quaternary amines. The third point, the substitution on the carbon side chain. Okay, methyl or ethyl substitution at the alpha carbon of the ethylamine side chain reduces the direct receptor agonist activity at both alpha and beta receptors. Okay, means substitution of the methyl or ethyl on the alpha carbon. Here you can see this first it is alpha carbon. So substitution decreases the activity or reduces the activity. Alpha substitution also significantly affect the receptor selectivity. So receptor selectivity is also depend on the substitution at the alpha position. So these are the three important points in structure activity relationship. First, substitution on the phenyl ring, that increases the activity, particularly substitution of the hydroxy group. Second, and substitution at a nitrogen, so that is important for direct agonist activity. And third is substitution on the carbon side chain, that is on the ethyl chain. Okay, so particularly at alpha position, that substitution reduces the activity, but that is important for the receptor selectivity. These are the structures of example: epinephrine, also known as adrenaline, and norepinephrine, also known as noradrenaline. Another example is terbutaline, salbutamol. They are used in treatment of cough. Then another example is dopamine, xylometazoline. It is used as a nasal decongestant. Then amphetamine. Therapeutic uses: first use, these drugs, adrenergic agonists, they are used as a pressure agent, also known as antihypotensive agents. ज्यावेळेस हार्ट वर्किंग बंद करतं, ओके, एखादा पेशंट लास्ट स्टेजमध्ये आहे, त्याचं हार्ट बंद झालेलं आहे, तर शेवटचं ऑप्शन आहे ॲड्रेनलाईनचं इंजेक्शन देणं. ओके, दॅट ॲड्रेनलाईन इंजेक्शन इज ॲडमिनिस्टर्ड डायरेक्टली इन टू द हार्ट. ओके, डायरेक्टली हार्टमध्ये इंजेक्शन दिलं जातं. ओके, एक शेवटचा चान्स. ओके, सो this adrenaline have capacity, it stimulates the heart. Okay, so it increases the contraction of the heart. Okay, it increases the chance of survival. Okay, so noradrenaline, example of antihypotensive agent: noradrenaline, epinephrine, ephedrine, and dopamine. Okay, then cardiac stimulant, particularly cardiac stimulant is adrenaline. Okay, that injection is given of adrenaline. Then dobutamine, isoprenaline. Then bronchodilators, example isoprenaline, salbutamol. Salbutamol is very famous. You can found this content in many syrups. Okay, anti-cough, so it used as an expectorant in treatment of cough. Salbutamol, terbutaline. Okay, you found these two content in many syrups. Then formoterol. Okay, nasal decongestant, example phenylephrine. Okay, मॅक्झिमम सर्दी झाल्यानंतर तुम्ही जे ड्रग्स घेतात त्याच्यामध्ये फिनिलेप्रिन हा मेन कंटेंट आहे. फिनिलेप्रिन, नॅफॅझोलिन, देन सुडोएफेड्रिन. ओके, देन CNS स्टिम्युलंट, दॅट इज ॲम्फेटामाइन, मिथॲम्फेटामाइन अँड डेक्साॲम्फेटामाइन. Side effects or adverse effect of this adrenergic agonist or sympathomimetic agents: the most of the side effects are the changes in the heart rate and blood pressure. The mainly heart वर जास्त इफेक्ट होतो. Okay, there is a change in the heart rate and blood pressure. Increase the sweating, घाम येतो. Okay, so try to understand, this is a fight and flight system. Adrenergic system जे आहे fight and flight system, आणि adrenergic agonist म्हणजे ते इन्क्रीज करतात फाईट अँड फ्लाईट. ओके, ज्यावेळेस एखादा पर्सन, ओके, घाबरलेला असेल तर स्वेटिंग होते ॲटोमॅटिकली. ओके, हार्ट रेट इन्क्रीज होतो किंवा हार्ट रेट इरेग्युलर होतो, ब्लड प्रेशर इन्क्रीज होते. ओके, सो दे आर द इफेक्ट ऑफ अगोनिस्ट ॲज वेल ॲज सम साईड इफेक्ट्स आर देअर. ओके, जास्त झाले तर ते साईड इफेक्ट. ओके, नॉर्मली आपल्याला जो डिझायर्ड इफेक्ट भेटला दॅट इज गुड फार्मॅकोलॉजिकल इफेक्ट. इन्क्रीज स्वेटिंग, नर्वसनेस, हॅल्युसिनेशन्स, स्लीप डिस्टर्बन्सेस, नॉसिया और वॉमिटिंग, anxiety particularly with epinephrine, then headache and tremor म्हणजे थरकाप होणे. Okay, so they are the adverse effects. These are the references. Okay, so thank you all of you.